Hello and welcome to all of you. I'm Lisa Murrell, founder of Equine Alchemy, where we turn human potential into gold through equine-assisted coaching. Horses have taught me so much about what needs to happen to create transformation for my students and my clients, and I want to share that with you. This is the second in a series of 3 podcasts about the value of horse wisdom. The first podcast was about what horses can teach us about boundaries. Today, we're going to look at what horses can teach us about emotions. Our bodies and the emotions we carry have always been a deep and rich source of information, and for most of the time they were our primary source of information. However, since we have become more, and I say in quotes, civilized, there's been a shift from the somatic to the cognitive, from our feeling to our thinking. We spend a great deal of time in our heads. We try to make decisions from our brains without any input from our bodies. Our bodies still have the information. It's just in the form of emotions. And then these emotions carry messages for us. They carry it from the limbic system all the way up to our brains. And we just need to connect to these emotions to be able to access this information. Have you ever found yourself not knowing just what to do or how to act in a particular situation? And you think and you think and you can't reach a place of knowing? Well, this is one of those times when we are usually just depending upon our brains to help us out. We're just thinking. We're not feeling and thinking. There's not a mind-body connection. And for all of us, our emotions are a deep source of information. And for many of us, they're also a hidden source of information because we're just not aware of them. Today, we can begin to develop our own emotional intelligence or awareness of our emotions and how they manifest in our everyday lives by simply beginning to notice our emotions, right? We can begin by acknowledging that they're real, they're not our imaginations, and they're not created exclusively in the brain. Actually, research has shown that molecules carrying emotional information, neuropeptides, are generated in other parts of the body, most dramatically in the heart and the gut. So we actually have 3 brains. And I know most of you are familiar when you have had the feeling, I just felt it in my gut. Well, those are strong sources of information. So listening to them can be a really important thing for you to do. And we can learn a lot about this through horses. Horses have unusually large and sensitive guts and hearts, so they have a much larger resonant surface for receiving and responding to emotional information. They are sensing beings. We humans are thinking beings. Well, they're sensing beings. And this combined with the fact that they're animals of prey, and in order to survive, they have to be sensitive to emotional energy and the intention behind it. And this makes them amazing and powerful teachers of sensing and processing emotions and their messages. Actually, Carla McLaren calls becoming fluent in the realm of emotion, emotional agility, or the ability to use emotion as information without becoming caught up in the feeling. A lot of us are very afraid of these emotions because we don't know what to do with them. They're simply information, the ability to get the message behind the emotion, adjust the behavior, and then let go of that emotion. What we call return to grazing is what Linda Kohanov calls the 4 steps to emotional agility. So horses teach us that no emotion is good or bad, it's just information. What action or adjustment needs to occur as a result of sensing that emotion? Their survival depends on doing this accurately, and they're not interested in the story. An example of this is the emotion of fear. Fear, the message behind it, is intuitive, focused awareness of a threat to your well-being, right? An external threat. The questions you might ask: what is the threat? What action must I take to move to a position of safety? And then, like anything, if you do not attend to it, it just grows and grows. This emotion of fear intensifies into worry, anxiety, confusion, dulling of the senses, panic, terror, dissociation. Any of those sound familiar or feel familiar to you? So I think you get the picture. Emotions are a critical part of living our lives fully, and horses are the perfect teachers for us to learn about it. So that's the horse wisdom for today. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you next time.